Hello everyone, this is Boricua Banks and welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we will be continuing on in the fifth case of the first game, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. We are in the third part of the trial. Alright, let's continue on.
My lord! The evidence your lordship requested has been located and is ready for the court's inspection, sir.
Alright, we get to see what's in the box. Finally. But I think they might have stolen it, right? Whatever was inside doesn't necessarily mean that there's something still in there. The mysterious little box deposited by McGilded 2 months ago. There's no doubt in my mind that it's a key piece in this far-reaching puzzle. Oh, we were right at the to be continued. Okay, well. Dang nabbit, Binks. Alright, whatever. Let's just pretend that that was part of the last episode. Here we go.
So, this is the article in question, is it? The small box deposited with the pawnbroker by Mr. McGilded 2 months ago. And on the night of Mr. Windibank's murder, the only item on the shelves that was touched by whoever broke into the shop.
Quick, quick! Let's open it and see what's inside.
Oh? It's a... Is that a music box? Oh, is this the one we need in order to play the disc? Okay, that makes sense now.
Good gracious, this is no ordinary box, it seems. Wow, although in truth I had an inkling that might be the case.
I didn't.
It would appear that the box houses a miniature music box movement.
You should be worried.
Then, is it too much to expect?
I think it would be reasonable to assume that it is a device for the playback of these discs, my lord.
Oh, here we go. Are we gonna hear them saying, country secrets?
So here we have the means to play back Mr. McGilded's disc, deposited at Windibanks at much the same time.
Not strictly correct, my lord. It was not McGilded's disc. It was the disc of his victim in the omnibus.
But why, for heaven's sake? Are we to understand that the brickmaker was trying to sell this music box disc to Mr. McGilded?
That's what I don't understand yet. What is the connection between the victim, thrice-fired Mason, who was a brickmaker, and McGilded? Like, how did the brickmaker come to have secrets of a country? I mean, I understand Graydon would be the one who would have access to that, but how does Graydon connect to these two men, you know? I just don't understand yet. Raising his hand.
Pick me, Your Honor, pick me! I believe the answer will become clear if we listen to the music on the disc, my lord. Yes, very well. Let the court now listen to this curious disc at last.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Wait, my lord.
Here we go with this conspiracy again, whatever's going on.
Good grief, what is the meaning of this, Inspector?
This music box and the disc are, well, they're unrelated to the case.
That's a horrible excuse, sir.
No need to spoil the somber atmosphere in the courtroom with some silly bit of music.
Objection!
This disc may very well have motivated the culprit in this case to commit murder. Clearly, there's every chance that it's fundamentally important to understanding what happened.
The prosecution has no objection. But no, that piece of evidence is police property and... Clearly, Scotland Yard has some vested interest here.
Hold on, let me look at the history. What else did he say?
As police property now, you can't...
Okay.
But it is policy of this prosecutor to leave no avenues unexplored. And you, Inspector, have no jurisdiction here to prevent that from happening. Go!
No further delays, please. Play the disc.
Okay. That's not music. Yeah, that's not music. It's almost like a code or people talking.
What on earth? That's certainly not what I would call music.
No. It's just the same note playing over and over again in an irregular sequence.
Mr. Graydon.
This really is priceless.
Oh, he's so smug.
After all that, the music box is broken.
You want us to think that.
Broken? It can't be, can it?
Well, obviously. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the officer sent to fetch it didn't drop it on the way back to the courtroom.
Well, with much regret. I fear the court must accept that this music box offers little in the way of clues. Are you ready to move on, counsel?
No, somebody has to be able to help us figure out what that is. Come on. Yes, alright. It does sound as though it's completely broken, but is it? Could this music emanating from the music box possibly be a new clue? Yes! I just don't know where we're going with this. I mean, I know, but at the same time, I don't know. You know, it's like, I don't know how we're going to prove it or how we're going to lead to that. I believe that it could be relevant, my lord.
Good lord, but how can it be? It's an abomination, counsel, mere noise. I fail to see how it can have any meaning whatsoever.
It does sound strange, I agree. There's one thing bothering me. While Graydon stands there chortling victoriously, the inspector beside him has a rather telling expression on his face, yeah. It's as if Gregson recognizes the sound, as if he's familiar with it somehow. And that's making him appear extremely on edge.
If that's the stance of the defense, my Nipponese friend, answer me this.
Oh.
Just what relevance do you propose this woeful chiming has on this case?
If it's the defense's belief that the sound emanating from this music box is not supposed to be music. Just because this is a music box, it doesn't necessarily mean the sounds we're hearing are music. Ah! Shut him up real quick. Nice. Look at that. The smile vanished from Graydon's lips as soon as I said it. I'm on the right lines here. I must be.
Making deductions based on how people react to what you say. You're acting just like Shirley, Bruno.
Oh, I miss Sherlock. He better come back and say hello at some point.
Objection!
I feel like there's still some unresolved stuff with Sherlock, so...
The sounds we're hearing aren't necessarily music. Well, now that you've told us what they are not. I'm sure the court would like to hear what they are. Do enlighten us, my Nipponese friend.
Well,
Surely you have an idea in mind? Because if not, it will be the death of your ill-formed argument. Exactly. The music box is clearly broken. Refusing to accept that fact is pure foolishness.
they've got me. I don't know what the answer is. Yet.
Bruno. I've just examined the music box very thoroughly. And I'm fairly certain that it's not broken at all.
Really?
Really, the way it's been made, it can only produce a single note anyway.
Thank you, Iris. Okay. Alright, well, if the music box isn't broken, it must mean that the sounds it's producing have some significance that isn't musical. Have they not heard of Morse code before? Is that like a new thing for them back then? It would make sense because the whole telegram thing is new, right? Could it be? Is that what these sounds are?
Something's just struck me, Bruno. I feel like recently, in the past few hours even, I've heard another sound very much like the one this music box makes.
I see where they're going with this for people who haven't figured it out. They're comparing it to Miss Juris number 5 or whatever, that while she's up there, she's always doing her telegram stuff, right? And it does sound very similar. So, yeah, I see where they're going. Yes, it's a familiar sound. Actually, Iris, I was just thinking exactly the same thing. I'm going to have to press the defense for an answer. If your assertion is that the sound produced by this music box is not in fact music at all, then what the devil is it, Counsel? All the evidence we've seen so far, all the testimony we've heard, it's all pointing to one single answer now.
The prosecution demands that my learned Nipponese friend present proof now. Tangible proof of this latest wild speculation.
Can't we, like, point out the jury so that she can kind of confirm it? I'm surprised she hasn't said anything, actually. Alright, then. This could be the best chance I'm going to get to fight back in this trial. And if I'm right, it's going to join all the dots together. The evidence that explains the true nature of the sounds in this music box disc is... I mean, maybe we're going straight for the jugular here, right? Yes. About this. Which I believe is on the other side. Yeah, this stuff. So... I mean... do we have to, like, click on it?
There's a sensational story. Ministry Mole.
Yes. Okay, we saw this already. Communications intercepted. And look looking for a new career. I wonder, perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about. Okay, so let's just present that.
Today's paper, Council. The headline is Pawnbroker perishes in Pickpost plunder. Hardly supportive of your cause.
No, my lord. I was hoping you'd look a little further down the page.
Further down. Ministry mole classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. Yes, this is a very serious matter, being investigated at the highest level, I understand.
I have heard that international transmissions along supposedly secure lines are somehow being intercepted and leaked to various other countries.
And presumably those transmissions are in the form of wired telegrams.
Of course.
Juror number 5, your input, please. Finally! Just ask her. Come on now.
Stop. Oh, me, sir. Whatever is the matter?
You told the court before that you worked at the same communication station as Mr. Graydon, did you not?
Yes, that's correct.
And the particular station where you work deals with government communications and newspaper reports.
Oh, yes, we're not your run-of-the-mill communication station at all. Our work is extremely important.
Then tell me, is this not a very familiar sound? There we go.
You don't mean to say, is it?
That's right, madam. It bears more than a passing resemblance to the sound made by your telegraph machine as you tap it. I believe it's called Morse Code? Yeah, there we go.
But I don't believe it.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to leaking telegrams from government departments, there could be nobody more perfectly placed than a highly skilled communications officer.
Are you suggesting that the music box disc contains stolen government secrets in Morse code?
Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm excited, yeah.
Order, order. Please, everyone, order. But this is high treason, Council. Deserving of capital punishment.
Oof. That means Graydon is screwed. I mean, he already committed murder anyway, but that's, oof, really bad.
Too much new vocabulary. What is this treason and what is capital punishment?
The sorts of words I'd half expect you to know.
For our sovereign government's confidential information, hostile nations would surely pay almost any price.
Yes, and on that night 2 months ago, that was the very negotiation that was taking place inside the omnibus.
But in the end, McGill perished, and the all-important disc lay unclaimed in the pawnbrokery.
My word!
In which case, whoever stole that information in the first place must surely have been beside himself with worry. Because if the disc were to be discovered before it found its way out of the country,
it would reveal an act of high treason, punishable by death.
So the culprit had no choice but to retrieve it. And in order to do that, he would have to gain entry to the pawnbrokery illegally in the middle of the night. Because the article left behind by Mr. McGilded would incriminate him too much if it got into the wrong hands. Damn.
That's what you get for being a snitch.
Isn't that right, Mr. Graydon? Oh yeah, you should be worried.
You think I've been stealing government secrets? Preposterous. Absolutely preposterous.
So, in response to the defense's accusation, you claim complete innocence, do you?
Well, of course I do. I've had to stand here in silence while that pretentious foreign lawyer has been prattling away.
Objection!
Get him.
Then by all means, counter the charges, sir. The prosecution demands the witness testifies in response to the accusations brought by the defense. Delighted, I'm sure.
Alright, he knows he's in it now.
The witness is reminded that the crime under scrutiny in this trial is the murder of the pawnbroker, Mr. Winterbank. That being a most flagitious... Flagitious?
What is that? Hold on. I gotta ask Google. Flagitious? Flagitious. It's an adjective of a person or their actions. Criminal, villainous. Flagitious. Okay. Learn new things every day.
That being a most flagitious offence, for which the law of this land sanctions a capital punishment. But the heinous act of high treason is no less serious a crime. I urge you to bear that in mind as you testify, Mr. Graydon. But so then, let us proceed. You may...
Oh. Oh, they're back. No, I don't want to deal with y'all no more. So I think it was like a couple episodes ago that I was like, oh, are they blushing when they look at him? No, they clearly have that redness on their face all the time. And my friend Sign told me that, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right.
You gotta let us have a rabbit and pork here, Governor. We got things to say.
I beg your pardon. Who do you think you are?
Name's Nash Skokin. Occupation is professional baddie. Name's Rinko Skokin. But we ain't bodies enough to sell out our motherland. That's right. We're what they call the Three Skulkin Brothers.
Why do you keep including him?
He's like, leave me alone.
I mean, they have some similarities. They wear a hat, they have a mustache, have like this dark grayish hair, but that's about it.
He's like, leave me alone. Bad timing, fellas. Very bad timing.
So, all four of them are up there now. I see they pushed Gina to the side. Graydon's counter.
A mere communications officer couldn't possibly steal confidential government information. Besides, the sounds produced by that music box aren't even Morse code. It was some low-class brickmaker negotiating with McGilded anyway, was it not? I've no relation to the man.
I don't know if I believe that.
Look, all we done is break into the golf the other night like what he told us to do. If we'd known there was dodgy government secrets involved, we wouldn't have touched it.
I think we're all like speechless.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
What Mr. do, Governor? What's up?
Do I take it that you now admit to the crime? That on the night in question you did indeed gain entry to the premises illegally? And moreover, you did so as a party of three in collaboration with Mr. Graydon here.
We did, Gov, we did.
It's so weird.
Quieten down, please. What say you to that, Mr. Graydon?
I have no idea what these two ruffians are referring to.
You little rotter, getting us mixed up in all this monkey business. Oh, they mad at him now. You never said nothing about no government secrets. It was supposed to be a straight up job. Hey, what about the geezer whose shop it was, eh? Poor old bloke didn't have to die, did he? Ooh.
Ugh. Nice to know who your friends are.
Whatever these men say, I deny the accusations.
Indeed. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this little music box to become so significant in the proceedings. However, as it has, I will admit it into the court record as evidence.
Okay. I need to look at it. I need to look at it. Okay. Let's talk. This is the mechanism that turns the bumps on the disc into sound, isn't it?
Yes, the movement. It's all thanks to the comb with its teeth that are plucked by the passing bumps. Usually, the teeth on the comb are different lengths, so that each one produces a different tone. But this comb is very strange. All the teeth are exactly the same length.
Well, what does that mean?
Means that no matter which tooth is plucked by the passing bumps, the music box will make the same sound. I've never seen a music box like it before.
Yes, it is strange. A music box that can only play a single note. There has to be some significance to that, surely.
Okay. Is there anything else about the music box? Don't really see. Oh, okay. So we can click on this.
Oh,
What is it, Reno?
I've just noticed something about this music box. It looks like the bottom of it opens as well.
Aha!
Ah, you're right. Well, come on then. What are you waiting for? Let's open it.
Alright then, here goes.
Oh.
Look at that. There's another movement on the underside.
So, does that mean you can set another disc to play back on this side?
Yes, I think so. And it looks like the two movements are linked together.
So is there a second disc?
They're linked.
So if you had two discs, they would both play back at the same time.
Oh. Oh, that's fascinating.
Who'd have thought there would be a second movement on the underside of the box?
And this movement is like the other one. The comb's teeth are all the same length.
So this movement also only produces a single tone like the other one.
Yes, it must do. Except that the length of the teeth on the two combs isn't the same. So the single tone produced by this movement will be a different tone to the single tone we've already heard.
What?
Basically, each movement can only produce a single note.
But the notes they produce are different. A music box that can only play two tones.
Fascinating. And there's nothing else like to identify them. I don't think so. Well, that's interesting. I'm glad we found that out. Let's do some pressing.
So, is this newspaper headline accurate? Government communications are being intercepted.
How could I possibly know?
What do you mean by that?
Any important government communications are handled by high-level officers, by specialists.
I'm gonna look around. Okay, they're looking over there. Just because of what happened last time, I'm like, I gotta keep an eye on them.
General members of staff in the station where I work would never be entrusted with sensitive information.
Oh, is that her?
Oh no, stop. Must say something, stop.
Let me guess. Juror number 5.
We regular communication station officers aren't as lowly as you're being led to believe. A team of us are responsible for setting up and testing the telegraphs used by the Ministry, and Mr. Graydon is the team leader.
That's fascinating.
Huh. Graydon is highly skilled operator, stop. Currently in presence of idol, stop.
Okay, stop looking at him like that. He's a treasonous scumbag. And a murderer.
So you had access to the equipment used for these confidential communications, Mr. Graydon.
Well, what of it? The transmissions are always made behind closed doors so they can't be heard. And in any case, all messages are sent in ciphered. Normal employees couldn't possibly understand them. Oh no, stop. Must say something, stop. Mr. Graydon regularly attends meetings with Ministry technicians and the Ministry communications team. He assists them in ensuring that there are no errors in important international communications. And he has received the top prize at the cipher cracking convention 5 years in a row now.
Ha ha! Don't bother lying with her right here, sir.
That's fascinating.
He's like salty.
Graydon is highly skilled operator, stop. Currently in presence of idol, stop. Well, your idol would appreciate it if you'd keep your mouth shut.
She should really pick her idols more carefully.
I tell you, this lawyer's accusations are completely unfounded.
Uh-huh.
Besides, the sounds produced by that music box aren't even Morse code.
They're not?
To anyone with a brain, that would be blatantly apparent on listening to that music box for even a few seconds.
Of course, of course.
Surely it can't be that my learned friend is unfamiliar with Morse code.
Ouch, he looks genuinely shocked at my ignorance.
Ha ha ha. Who is this?
Ha ha ha! I would be more than happy to demonstrate the basics for you, sir.
A lesson here in court?
Morse code is a continuous series of 2 distinct tones.
Yeah, that's why we have the other side now.
Tones, you say?
Yes, a short dot and a long dash. By combining those in different ways, you construct letters.
I see.
I always wanted to learn Morse code.
For example, this is A. And this is B. But when you listen to the sound produced by this music box, you only hear one tone, don't you?
But it sounds so similar. The rhythm of it is the same and everything.
But there is no discernible meaning to this apparently random sequence of sounds. So your assertion is fundamentally flawed. This is not Morse code.
No!
Really, you shouldn't be so surprised. What did I tell you? That music box is nothing but a worthless piece of scrap. Perhaps you might consider studying your subject matter before casting aspersions in future.
Ah, stop. Nothing to say but stop.
Oh, it's so frustrating, isn't it?
Iris?
I mean, if the government secrets were somehow being leaked using the music box, so many other things would slot into place so nicely.
Could there still be something I haven't considered? Would it really be impossible to use this music box somehow to play back Morse code? We don't have another disc though, right? If we don't have another disc, then we can't. We can try. Maybe we can put the disc on the other side just to hear what it sounds like. There's still every possibility that this music box was instrumental in the leaking of government secrets. That's the belief of the defense, at least.
Objection!
Does it please you in some way, my Nipponese friend, to repeat the same line of argument ad infinitum? It's already been established that to be Morse code, 2 tones are required, dots and dashes.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
Then what?
Well, it would appear the defense has a hypothesis to put forward. We'd better present your idea at once, Counsel. How do you propose that this music box, which appears to produce only a single tone, could have been used to cipher secret messages into Morse code? Okay. So now we're gonna flip it over. Come on, we already noticed it. Okay. Come on. Come on. Ugh. They're acting like this is the first time. Okay. So can we present this?
Got it!
Yeah.
Good gracious, what am I looking at here? Another movement on the underside of the music box.
What?
It appears, my lord, that the 2 movements are linked together. In other words, you can put 2 discs in this music box, and the sounds of both will play back at the same time. Alright, but we will continue this in the next episode. Thank you guys so very much for watching. It's getting good, man. I feel like we're getting close to the end. And until next time, hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.